I've got something special for you. If you feel like you're constantly running out of time, stuck in bad habits, afraid to take risks, or living your life for other people's approval, or feeling like there are things that are off limits for you to do because they're simply too hard, then you want to watch this video, because I'm going to be talking about these 5 books that I've read. I haven't finished reading all of them, but I've read them to a good number of pages that has changed every single thing for me. All right, let's start with Buy Back Your Time by Dan Mattel. This book taught me one very important thing, that I should never ever trade my time for money. So as an example, there are some tasks. It taught me to calculate my per hour rate, meaning how much am I worth per hour. So if you're wanting to also calculate your per hour rate, this is how you do that. It's your annual income divided by the number of hours that you can typically work in a year. An average person works 40 hours per week times 50 weeks. So that roughly gives you $2,000. So say for example, you earn 100,000 per annum. You want to divide 100,000 by 2,000. That gives you $50 per hour, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that gives you $50 per hour, if I'm not mistaken. That means your per hour is worth $50. So if you have a task that's going to cost $50, why do it yourself when you can just outsource it and buy back that time, either resting, sleeping, or actually reading books and investing in yourself? So that's one thing that this book taught me, never to trade my time for money and to put systems in place. So I run a business. If you don't know, I have just launched an app called 𝐂𝐎𝐍𝐶, and it does take a lot of my time, and this book has taught me to ensure that I put processes and systems in place so I don't actually build a business that I would come to hate. So this book is very, very helpful for anyone who is struggling to manage their time properly, or if you've got a business as well and you don't know how to put systems in place, this book is definitely going to be a game changer. All right, let's move over to the second one. Right, 𝐂𝐿 is a very, very strong book. If you're scared of aging and not living a strong, long life, then this book is for you, because this book breaks down every single thing that you need to do to live longer, but not just longer, but to actually live better. How you can train your brain, how you can ensure that at 40, 50, 60, you are not struggling. So this one is very, very helpful. I bet your 40-year-old self is going to say thank you to you for reading this book. So you want to check this book out. 𝐂𝐿, very, very crucial. This book is actually very dear to me. I actually got it for my son, my 20-month-old son. And I love the book because it's just a couple of pages, but it tells you that nothing is too hard. It says, have you ever felt like giving up because something was too hard? Yes, everyone feels like this sometimes, even grown-ups. And the reason I want you to read this book is if you ever felt like you wanted to give up, you're not alone. And this book reminds you that hard things won't be hard forever. And I remember it spoke to me one time in my life as well. I think like a couple of years ago. I was like, oh, this was last year, and I was doing a couple of things that just seemed, and I remember this book, like, hard things won't be hard forever so long I keep and continue to work on it. So if you're transitioning into the tech space, or you're starting a business, or you even want to delve into content creation and it seems hard right now, remember, it won't always be that hard. So this book is very good. I actually got it in the bookstore. It's by Jess Sanders, and it says you can do hard things. All right, let's cross over to the other book, Atomic Habits. Oh my god, this book, I can read it 1,000,001 times, to be honest. It is that good. If you struggle to build good habits and you struggle to break bad habits, then this book is for you. It talks about the power of 1%, that if you got 1% better at anything for every single day, you'll be 35 times better at the end of the year. And I could never ever get that out of my head. So this one is definitely one for the road. You have to read this book. You have to read this book. So if you can't stick to good habits, it's because your system is broken. This book will show you how small changes lead to big results at the end of the day. When you stack up things, it becomes bigger. It taught me one thing. It said cancer lives like 80% of its lifespan in the body undetectable, and by the time they detect it, it just starts to grow. And I could never get that quote out of my head. So you want to read this book. And the last one is The Courage to be Disliked. So this one is for people who care too much about what people say, or what people think. Oh, what are they going to say? Oh, what are they going to think about me? In the bin. You need to read this book. This book is freedom. It's about how to stop living for other people and actually living for yourself and doing what you actually think is good for you. This book teaches you how to finally do what's going to make you happy. So you want to check this book out, The Courage to be Disliked. So if you want to be richer, healthier, happier, if you do not want to care about what people say, you want to read these books. So tell me, which one of these books are you going to start reading? So which one? Drop it in the comment. Which one have you read before, or which one are you going to pick up first in all of my reviews? I hope you find that helpful. Bye.